Dori, a little cub, lives in a small town with his mama bear. He just loves playing with his friends and searching for sweet honey in the forest. One day, a strange place called the Corona Cave appeared deep in the forest. Rumor had it that everyone who visited the cave became really sick with a bad cough and fever. Concerned, Dori's mom growled loudly and told him to stay out of the forest some time. Suddenly, Dori remembered the honey jar that he buried in secret a few days ago and decided to go into the woods to dig it up. With wild curiosity, Dori discovered the Corona Cave along the way and took a look inside. The cave was dark and full of tiny, strange-looking pebbles flying in the air. It was too stuffy and scary in there, so Dori grabbed the pebble from the air and ran away as fast as he could. Dori returned home, went to bed, and woke up the next morning with an aching body. "Dori, you have a severe fever," shouted Mama Bear. "I think it's best if you relax in bed today." Dori felt so bored stuck in the house all alone. Despite his mom's warnings, he gave in to temptation and went to search for honey in the woods with his friends again. Dori and his friends had lots of fun hunting for honey, digging holes, and climbing tall trees. Eventually, they found some delicious honey and slipped into a cozy cave where they enjoyed the treat together. Feeling relaxed, Dori proudly talked about the cave he discovered the previous night and showed off the corona pebble he took with him. Dori's friends were all amazed and took it in turns to touch the odd little pebbles. "Wow, this pebble is so small and round, just like the sun. Whoa, it has horns sticking out of it as well." Dori and his friends passed the pebble around while enjoying the honey together. Full of honey, Dori and his friend decided to hide the leftovers in the cave. They stored it deep in the ground and promised to meet again the next day for another delicious feast. Achoo! Dori, digging with all his might, sneezed and fell into the dirt. His friends laughed so hard that they all finished burying the jar together. Dori returned home from the forest, covered in dirt and with honey all around his face. "Dori, what will you do if your cold gets worse?" yelled Mama Bear. "You should have stayed home like I said. Just take a warm shower and then go to bed." Feeling tired, however, Dori fell asleep in his clothes without even washing his paws. The next morning, Dori woke up in tears. His forehead was boiling and his cough so dry. He could not even stand up because his muscles ached so much. To make matters worse, all of Dori's friends were also sick, and nobody had the strength to meet and eat honey in the woods. They all went to see Dr. Grizzly instead. "I'm afraid this is no common cold," said the doctor. "You all have the coronavirus." Dr. Grizzly sounded anxious. With no medicine or vaccine available for baby cubs, all of the young bears had to be hospitalized until the virus disappeared from their bodies. Dori and his friends were each quarantined in separate rooms, unable to leave and hang out together. Suddenly, an announcement played on the loudspeaker. "Please do not interact closely with each other because the virus is easily transmitted. Also, be sure to follow good paw hygiene and never share honey with other bears." Dori was so sad not to be able to enjoy good times with his family and the best bear friends, but this time he stayed strong and obeyed Dr. Grizzly's words. Few weeks passed, and Dori and his friends had fought off their fevers. The coronavirus was gone. Delighted, Dori couldn't wait to leave the hospital to find the honey jar with his friends as soon as possible. This time, to protect themselves from the corona pebbles, everyone wore masks and washed their paws with soap more often. Relieved, Dori explained, "The coronavirus is like a dangerous cold without a safe vaccine for kids, but we got over it. I promise to always wear my mask and be a hygiene bear until Dr. Grizzly finds a vaccine." Dori and his friends learned the dangers of the coronavirus the hard way. Now, they play responsibly in the forest, carry extra masks, wash their paws often, and enjoy honey together at a safe social distance. The coronavirus is scary, but by following a few simple rules, all the bears lived happily ever after.